All right, we are technically back. Limited, we're in the Navy, we call it light limited duty. We're on LLD, but we're back. It's my first outing since they cut me. They cut me, Brittany. So what are we doing? I'm still not. It's been a couple weeks almost. I'm not allowed to do too much. But the doctor did clear me for hiking, light hiking, and 10 to 20 pounds, but no more than that. But I'm staying like safely under that. So let's see. I've got the OM set up here. You know what? I have the tripod collar. That would be better, huh, Brittany? Ah, I love the fact that you can take the tripod collar completely off of this thing, of the 50 to 200. It's fantastic. I'm also, because of the surgery and everything, and I'm really grateful for having something light like this, because I mean, this lens, like 50 to 200 on this OM1 Mark II, like that's a 200 to 800, millimeters, and like that's just absolutely perfect for everything, and it's under 5 pounds, which is perfect for me. Okay, I got a new tripod too. I haven't talked about that yet. I haven't talked about a lot of stuff. I want to make a whole video on that though, because this tripod's crazy. This is like 5-in-1. This thing can do all kinds of stuff. I digress. Okay, so put my tripod collar back. What are we doing here? Probably there's some sort of a title that gave it away, but there's is this the last supermoon, Brittany, of 2025? I think it is. Like, obviously it's not the last full moon, but I think it's the last supermoon. And it's supposed to come up right over there, over those big, beautiful mountains. Except there's a little bit of a cloud there, and that's kind of stressing me out. Okay, so what we want, we're a little bit closer when you're shooting moonrise, like for supermoon stuff. What I want is, I want a lot of compression. I want a lot of, I want a feature of something, and I want a lot of compression, and being able to put a 2x converter on this and go to 800 millimeters, or I'm zoomed into 200 right now, so that's like 400 millimeters. For when the moon's farther away, you want the most reach as possible. What I'm trying to say is that the mountains are closer than I anticipated being right now, because we had planned to go back there, and there was good stuff back there, but it wasn't exactly, it didn't line up right. So this lined up with something nice in the foreground, but now I'm a little bit closer, and that means I'm going to have to shoot a little wider if I want like an interesting composition, because like the mountains are cool, but when you zoom in, it just looks like it could be anywhere, anything. Like it just looks like the moon coming up over an indiscrete, ridge.
Nondescript.
Nondescript is the word I was looking for. Thank you, camera lady. You know what? If you guys are not new to the channel, even if you are new to the channel and you don't know that there's a camera lady behind here recording things, you should really just take the time and comment and thank her, because she has been holding the fort down, and she's been taking care of me after surgery, and she's also been making sure, she's been on guard duty, making sure I don't do anything stupid, which doesn't sound like something I would do. I know, it doesn't sound like, stop rolling your eyes, stop it. Anyways, thank camera lady, because she has been amazing for this, and I don't even know what buttons I'm supposed to be. It's this one. This is the one I'm looking for, Brittany. Okay, so anyways, yeah, I'm shooting wider. I'm at 50 millimeters on this, which is 100 full frame equivalent. The moon is going to come up somewhere over there. I've got my, so, okay, you know what? I can show you. I don't know why. I have to remember how to film a YouTube video. So let me turn my screen capture on.
You could call this episode Indiscreet Mountains.
I could call this episode Indiscreet Mountains, yeah. Sometimes I don't talk so good. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. This is at 5x. I mean, that's where I want the moon to come up, is right over that little mountain thingy. But trust me when I say I just don't think that... Earlier it was saying it was going to come up a lot more to the left. You know what this is? Look, I need to check calibration. It says accuracy is high. Let me get away from like a metal object. I don't know if... Okay, well, if this is true and it comes up over that ridge, that would be better than what I initially thought. So here, let's take a look at what this looks like, what I would like it to look like. Okay. Whoops. Do I remember how to use... I don't want to... I never keep my glasses on. I can't believe I have them on. I only wear the sunglasses for driving. Okay, this is what we're looking at. So it's saying that it's going to come up over this ridge right here. So this is as far as I can back out. That's 50 millimeters. So that's 100 full frame equivalent. So we're gonna hang out here and get set up real quick and wait for the moon. And then I'll tell you what my settings are, because I don't know yet. If it comes up over that, that's going to be actually a really cool shot. All right, well, in typical me fashion, something went wrong with my microphone and it completely messed up, and the audio for the second half of everything that I filmed out there was completely unusable. So that was my bad. And now I'm gonna have to finish up here in the studio. So I wanna show you some of the images that I got and I just kind of talk about them for a second. But before that, I think I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, this is sponsored by OM System. So this is the final of the 3 videos that I was doing for them. And I just want to give a massive shout out to OM System, to the people over there. You know, I was supposed to give this lens back a long time ago, but because of the surgery and everything, they let me keep it for longer. I'm just super glad that they've stuck with me and that they've allowed me to just keep using their stuff. And for everyone asking, you guys, I'm not an OM System ambassador, and I'm not a Canon ambassador. I'm nobody's ambassador. I'm just a guy who likes cameras. I'm not going to get rid of my Canons. I'm not going to get rid of my OM, because the camera body is mine, and I also own a couple of their lenses. And I'm going to try to do everything I can to somehow acquire this 50-200 for like a permanent long-term thing, because I really do love it that much. I think it's just, for me and the way that I like to shoot and the things that I like to shoot, it's just such a perfect lens, and it just goes so well with the body, with the OM1 Mark II. I've just been so happy these few months having that in my kit alongside all of my other stuff. And since I don't have the Canon 100-500 anymore, that was kind of like my favorite lens of all time, and it's just such a great lens. This 50-200 really makes up for that, because of the being on the crop body, being like a 1-400, and then being an f2.8 like constant aperture, being like way faster than my 1-500 was, and lighter, like all of that stuff, like it's just incredible. I've just been so happy with it. The first shot that I got was this one, and this is the edited finished version, and this was the kind of like nondescript one that I was talking about earlier in the video, that like, it's just, to me, this is the easiest kind of shot to do. Just pick a mountain and just or any sort of land feature and just zoom in as far as possible, you know? And I mean, this could have been anywhere, but I still like it, and it was still the first shot that I went for. I kind of wanted to push the OM with the lens a little bit and the 2x teleconverter. You know, I said I've been using the 2x a lot for wildlife, and it's been pretty cool, but I haven't used it for anything like this for the moon. And so I just kind of want to push that. And I did this is only one shot, and I did only focus on the mountain and the trees. I did not do a separate shot and focus on the moon. So, like, you know, the moon might be like not completely, absolutely 1,000,000% tack sharp, but I did clean it up pretty good, I think. So, and I cropped in a lot. So here's the uncropped raw image, and you can tell, like, I mean, I pushed it pretty hard and I cropped it pretty hard, and I'm still happy. You know, the resolution on here is still 2160 on the long end, and that's 4K resolution. So I'm still, with the amount that I cropped on this tiny little 20 megapixel micro four thirds sensor, I'm still pretty happy with that. But then I wanted to focus on like these wider pano shots, and it's like a forced pano because I didn't turn it vertical and do the pano. I just took one shot wider, and then because we didn't have anything interesting going on up here or down here, I just did that forced 21:9 perspective, and I personally really like that. I also, in my studio here, I have a 21:9 like ultra wide monitor, and so being able to put like backgrounds like that on there, I really enjoy shooting for that. I know it doesn't look great on social media and, you know, stuff like that, but I think art lives outside of social media too, or it can, or it should. And I just really like sometimes the pano and that perspective that you're getting from the wider, especially if you could print these. I think that would be really cool. One of these days I should invest in a printer. I think I really like this one. It's a little bit darker. The moon's already risen, but I like the colors. That last light on the mountains. I like the way Brittany said the moon with the way the clouds are kind of looks like an eye, because the clouds above it and below it are kind of shaped like an eye shape, and the moon looks like the actual iris, the eye. But I just love the mood, the feel of that one. And then again, putting it in 21:9, I just really felt that like that smoothed out and got rid of the distractions from above and below. And I took another one. This was that one. This was one that I took handheld, like after everything. And as I was packing up, I took the camera off the tripod and I just handheld this. And I just kind of wanted to see, this was just messing around. I just kind of wanted to see how much I could push and pull because I think I did it 2 or 3 stops underexposed so that I could get the moon right. Because again, I was lazy and didn't do it proper and didn't do like a exposure bracketing. And I just kind of wanted to see what I could pull, if I could recover this image. And I think it came out nice. You know, it's not a star image, but it goes great with a carousel. It goes in with, you know, a mix of images that tell the story. And then the same for this one. I took this one as like a little bit earlier than the last one, but the moon's still fully up and not a whole lot going on here. But you know, I did 2 different versions of this one. I did this wide shot here, which is 16:9, and then I did a 4:5 crop also. And that just kind of just a nice classic moonrise shot. Nothing fancy about the foreground at all, nothing fancy about the moon, but in the context of putting this together with, you know, in a carousel of images, like on Instagram or something, I think it's nice. So I hope you guys have enjoyed at least my OM content with this 50-200. It's not going to be the last of my OM content, so if you came here for the Micro Four Thirds and the OM content, I'm not getting rid of it. I will have my OM1 and my 1-400 Mark II, and eventually, maybe hopefully again, this 50-200. And then for those of you here with the Canons, I'm definitely not getting rid of my Canon. There will still be lots of content around that. I don't take my position for granted that I'm able to have 2 body systems to like multiple systems, and I really enjoy the pros of both. So if you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Hit that like button for me. That's the best thing you do for the channel. If you enjoy what I'm doing, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, if you want to support the channel even more, we've got the Patreon. We got all kinds of cool stuff over there. Ad-free videos, early videos, BTS stuff, direct messaging. You can chat with me directly. Channel members, workshops. I got Bosque workshops coming up all winter. Cranes, snow geese, wildlife, all kinds of great stuff here. If you want to come learn how to shoot that kind of stuff and experience one of the best places in the world for winter birding and wildlife, and links will be down in the description below. All right, that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up. It's chai time. It's relaxing time. It's Stardew Valley and Oblivion time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.